ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Beyond the Ink, right here. With me, Matt Valdez, and of course, I always bring a special guest. Today, I have a wonderful friend of mine who happens to be one of the funniest motherfuckers I know, because he's also a comedian, stand-up comedian. You're a very funny man,
Thank
Mr.
you.
Roberto Rodriguez.
Hey everybody, how are you? Here, excited. I'm about to cry. I'm about to cry right now, but like I can hold it together.
It's gonna hurt.
Matt said it wasn't gonna hurt that bad.
I won't feel a thing if you're.
Again, I came in. He sat me in.
Just in case you're worried.
A long day, making a little concept that I had in my head a reality. So I'm pretty excited. How are you excited? Are you excited?
I'm very excited.
Okay. As long as you know what you're doing, we're good.
I can't guarantee that. But
We're
yeah,
good.
No, I'm kidding. I'm extremely stoked. You're from what, Burbank, right? You live in Burbank?
I live in Burbank right now, but I'm originally from Tucson, Arizona.
That's right.
Represent TA 520. 29th Street Locals, what's up, kid? You know what I'm saying? Pueblo Garden, what's up, players? Yeah. And that's how we do. I'm just trying to act as gangster as shit as possible, because if I start crying in front of this camera right now, I don't want no judgment. Mind your business.
Because the needle is about to go in.
Oh, man. And he's got a wireless tattoo gun. This is the craziest thing I ever seen. So.
Love the wireless. The wireless is a good addition.
All right.
You know?
I like Metro PCS because they're wireless too, dog. You know?
Hell yeah. They let you make your own contract. Allegedly. So today, we're working on this really big piece. It's actually a cover-up. Seem to be doing a lot of cover-ups. Better cover-ups than the LAPD, I always say. So we're doing a cover-up. It's about 2 inches by... It's about that big for... Yay big for...
It's the biggest cover-up.
And now we're going full half sleeve, so...
All right.
Let's take a journey, folks. So, let's tell the wonderful folks outside. I must have said folks like 4 times now.
Well, it's just where we're at.
Kind of a thing.
We're in Phoenix.
True.
You know, I know you from LA and
getting
like,
pretty
hey,
old.
puro Los Angeles homes, but you know when you're in Phoenix,
folks
is an acceptable thing. We are in the Southwest.
It's very.
There happens to be. Oh my God, is that the pain I'm gonna feel for the next freaking? Oh my God, man! I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
I have very soft hands.
Yeah,
a very light-handed individual who is experienced in the ways of the tattooetry, tattooing your artery. Tatuajes en español.
Pero sabes que no hacemos hacerlos así, pero tatuajes, güey. Tatuajes.
All the viewers are gonna be like, "Wow, he's bilateral.
He's bisexual. That is crazy.
That dude's bisexual. He's awesome." I don't judge here at Beyond the Ink. I just put on some amazing tattoos.
Amazing.
Yeah,
tattoos.
amazing for Matt Valdez.
Oh, hey.
What? These are the jokes, folks.
These are the jokes.
We'll be here all night. Truly, we'll be here all night.
All night.
This shit's gonna take a while. So yeah.
I hope he's okay and he doesn't fall asleep and decide to quit halfway through.
Yeah, no. And we're done. We got a knuckle on there.
I got half a knuckle.
We got a knuckle here.
And
so we've been friends, acquaintances, comedian buddies.
Yeah,
dude. No, we've done.
This has been about what? 7 years, 8 years, something like that.
Yeah, because
how long you been here? 4 years?
No, I've been out here for almost 6 years, 7 years now.
So then it has been about 7, 8 years.
Yeah. We did a show.
We started from meager beginnings, dog.
That's right. Didn't you you said you got a Facebook, was it Facebook or was it Instagram memory of a show that we did?
It was a Facebook memory.
An
old school flyer. It's not like me and Matt did hundreds of shows together, but I decided to come do a tattoo with him, and all of a sudden that flyer showed up. It was like, you know what? Let's bring us a memory.
It's because Facebook was listening. Memory. Thanks, Zuckerberg.
Yeah, man.
He was listening to what you were saying, and he said we need to bring these two together.
Man.
One more time.
See, comedy has been really cool because it's given me an opportunity to meet a lot of cool people that I would obviously never have met.
Am I one who said cool
you,
people?
You're one who said cool people, man.
I'm so cool.
You know, when you're in this industry, a lot of people say it's so hard to find real people, but it's not. It's not. There's tons of real people in the industry. You just gotta find those people.
Because
right?
a lot of them hide behind bullshit, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
They try to be.
And, you know, to be honest, dude, Hollywood is. You do have to have a little sense of yourself. Because you're going up against 3 million comics to get your special. You're going against 5 million people to get that audition, to get, you know. I would love to be a one-hit wonder. People talk shit about one-hit wonders, but you know what? Vanilla Ice, he's been living his whole life over his one-hit wonder.
Damn right he is.
Right? It's very hard to even crack that little bit of sunshine just once, let alone a lot of people.
But we're going to crack it today.
Oh, we're going to crack it today.
That's right, sunshine.
We got topics. He's got a whole setup. No, I'm just kidding.
We're going to do a lot of different things today. We're going to kind of...
I am so crying right now.
It's going to be funny.
It's gonna be funny to see me cry.
Right? So people are probably like, hey man, you're putting out this video and you're tattooing so close. Obviously your 6-foot rule is broken because of the Rona. I already tested him rectally to make sure it was, because I'm that thorough.
Yes. We've both just been tested negative.
No temperatures. I figured it was only fair he'd test me as well, and so
right.
You know.
And this is the first time like I've really been out. I've been taking care of my grandparents for the past 3 months.
That's right.
So because comedy went down, I mean, this
Yeah.
whole situation happened.
Yeah.
There's no way that we could have worked. Like comedy was my main source of income. Right. I do construction. I do some other side jobs because I always believe in diversifying. So if one goes down, the other goes down. But everything went down for everybody.
Seriously, man.
I was just blessed to be able to go to my grandparents and take care of them.
And they live in Safford.
They live in Safford, Arizona.
Yeah.
It's a mining town about 2.5 hours east of Phoenix. Like a community of about 10, 15,000 people. So I was literally in the safest place I could have been. I was in a small town and I was with my grandparents.
Pretty sure your cousin would beg to differ that you were in the safest place.
I think he would tend to agree with me. I think he would tend to agree with me.
He would agree with you. He's like, I'm a lot safer here.
My cousin, he's a UFC fighter.
He's not just a UFC fighter.
In my biased, humble opinion, he's probably one of the greatest fighters right now.
If not the greatest fighter
man.
now. He actually holds a belt.
He's the interim lightweight champion, Justin Gagey.
That's right.
He's a
bad motherfucker.
Hey, he is a bad motherfucker.
He's a bad motherfucker.
When this shit went down and I was in Denver, I felt like I was in the safest place in America. You were right.
With one of
if shit ever went down, that's exactly where I wanted to be.
He needs to he's one bad motherfucker. Like, it's cool. He's a very, very humble man, though. I
think it has a lot to do with our family. Our family is a really close-knit family.
That's good.
And we're pretty good morality. I'm probably the weird one in the family for sure.
So, are you more of like the black sheep?
Not so much.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I do comedy, but my comedy is not vulgar comedy.
Yeah.
My comedy is, stories and stuff like that. So I don't have anything to be embarrassed about.
No, that's good.
Like my grandma's seen my act. I've done a couple of shows where she's come.
So
thankfully she don't understand English. So she didn't get the dirty jokes, and my grandpa can't hear. But they were actually there.
And as far as like, what's the craziest thing that you had to say on stage that you were just like, I wonder if my family hears this, they're gonna be kind of. Because I've done a few shows where family showed up.
But see, my family's cool though. We have open dialogue about sex. We have we jokingly around about stuff like that. So
yeah, okay.
We're kind of an open family about like that.
Okay.
So they've all come. Even I have Mormon cousins. I have a couple of cousins. My uncle married a Mormon lady.
Okay.
And they can come and enjoy it too. Just it's those are the only ones that I've actually, them and my grandparents, that I've actually like
seen your show.
No, that I've actually worried about
Oh,
offending them or something.
Yeah.
Just because out of respect.
Oh no, for sure.
But I think that's why I never went blue with my comedies, because I always did it in front of my family.
Okay.
Or my mom was always in the audience when I lived here. I started comedy here in Phoenix.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Where'd you start?
At the Tempe Improv.
Oh, nice.
They had a comedy college there.
Comedy
They
college?
called it the Tempe Comedy College.
Oh, nice.
So we would, pay our little money and take our class, and every 6 weeks, after you get the advanced class, you get to perform at the Improv.
I've performed there before.
So that's what I did for the first 3-4 years of my comedy.
Was Tempe Improv?
Was just doing that class.
Oh, shit.
So we can perform at the Improv.
Oh, shit. Oh, that's cool. I remember performing there a couple times, and it was I like that stage. It's not a bad
That's
stage.
a nice stage.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
And when it's packed out, it's dope. So we've been able to pack it out a lot of times. So it's cool when I go headline there, because that's where I started, and they've been gracious enough to book me after all these years.
Weren't you gonna be? You were gonna be.
I was supposed to be there June 18th.
Yeah.
But I postponed the date just because of what's going down, and I just didn't want to subject all my family and friends to be sitting in a room.
Yeah. That makes sense.
What about Zoom? Have you done any Zoom comedy shows?
I haven't done that. I've seen a lot of people doing Zoom comedy, but I just haven't. It's really just one of those things. I mean, I just kind of.
I'm not down.
Nah, I don't. Know
I feel for me personally, I just prefer to have a crowd.
Yeah.
And the energy of a crowd is so much more different.
Oh, for sure. Like when you're riding that wave of just that comedy and that laughter, and it's like a legit applause break, and you're just like, yeah, that was cool. I killed that show.
I definitely do miss that part. I definitely miss that aspect of stand-up.
I do too.
Is that gratification.
Yeah.
Of knowing that your shit works.
And standing at the end of the aisle, at the end of the end of the show, and they're like, "Oh my God, you were so funny!" And then they look at the guy that wasn't that funny, like, "Hey, you were funny too."
I think what I really miss out of that is like a little bit of scaredness, like a little bit of a fear.
Yep.
Right? That just adrenaline fear, right? That because comedy's 50-50. You have a 50-50 chance of that not working, because it either works or it doesn't.
It does.
So there's only two options. They either laugh or they don't.
Yeah.
Comedy is a very unique art form in the fact that you are, in the form of your art, you're eliciting an unprovoked response from another human being.
Yeah.
Because that's what laughter is, right? They get your joke and like they can't help but laugh because whether it hits their brain, their heart, or wherever, and you're making that happen. You don't really you can get that with music, you can get that with other art forms, right?
Yep.
But not instant.
No.
Like somebody plays in a band and they're playing their song, they don't instantly know if that song is dope.
Yep.
You can tell a joke and you instantly know if that joke is dope because they laughed or they didn't.
Yep. And they'll carry the crowd. There's always that one or two, somebody in the crowd that just has that laugh, and they're like, and then it gets everybody else going, whatever, and
and it's contagious.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Everybody wants to laugh. Everybody wants to have a good time.
I don't mind doing shows for 20 people if it's 20 good people,
Yeah. I know. I feel you on that. I do miss it though. Like, I miss, like you said, that adrenaline right before when you're standing, or like even in the green room and you're just chilling and you're like, okay. You see somebody go up and you're like, okay. And you see that person go up and you're like, okay. And then it's your turn and you're just like, it's about to happen.
Yes. And then part of you is like, oh man.
What if I fuck up?
What? No, you're like, oh, right? You're like, oh shit. And then all of a sudden they call your name and it's like, oh,
yeah, dude. Then you got to go out there and you got to perform.
You hit that switch, man. But that's what takes comics a long time. People don't understand. A lot of young comics too. They're like, oh, I got this.
Oh yeah.
I got this.
Yeah.
But you have to got this when you have a shitty crowd, a great crowd, a crowd that doesn't get you, a crowd that doesn't, unless you want to be a niche comic, which I get it, right?
Yeah.
You're gonna be a niche comic. You're only good for these rooms, and the rest of the rooms they can kiss your ass.
Yep.
Like, that's cool.
Which is kind of, I've never wanted to be that.
But that's just not my personality.
Yeah.
I've never been a vulgar ass clown, you know what I mean?
Like a one-trick pony or something, like, yeah, I could do this. Okay.
And we talked about comic styles, too. It's like, whatever gets the laughs, man.
Yep.
If you're a slapstick comic, you're a slapstick comic. If you're a physical comic, you're a physical comic. If you're an act-out comic, you're an act-out comic.
Mm-hmm.
And I get it. The art of stand-up, right, is to get that joke and convert that joke with your words and
engage the crowd.
Sure,
get them
but
involved.
there's different parts to comedy, I believe.
I agree 100%.
So nobody should ever have to be one thing. Right? There's guys that are great joke tellers. And then there's guys that are joke tellers that should be more physical comics because their jokes suck. Right? And all it needs is an act out.
Yep.
But you have a mental block. You're like, no, I'm not going to do an act out.
You're like, I don't want to do that.
Oh, that's not me, dude.
You're like, could be if you would just do the act out. It's funny because there's been a few comedians that as we've performed with so many different people, and it's like not one specific formula is going to be the tried and true, like, this is it, when I think I told you about that time I was performing at the Ice House, and Joe Coy was performing, and my sister's friend knew, they knew each other like since they were kids. And so when I met him, I had a little meet and greet with him and everything, and he told me, he said, honestly, dude, just concentrate on funny. Whatever is funny. Like, just don't worry about trying to be funny. Don't worry about, funny's funny. You make them laugh, make them laugh.
Yeah, because like when you're from the neighborhood and you try to be fake, people can smell you be fake.
Oh, for sure.
A crowd is gonna smell you trying to be funny. They're gonna smell you trying to trick them into a stupid joke, or they're gonna smell you that you're not real.
Yep.
Right? And if that happens in the neighborhood, you're screwed.
Yeah, you're
right. Like, if that happens on stage, you're screwed too, because they know you're fake.
Yep.
So as more as you keep it about yourself, and then the more you keep it about yourself, the more people can't steal your joke.
Yeah.
Right?
But even then, they still will.
But they can't steal the essence.
No.
Right?
No.
So they'll steal that one joke, but they can't steal the bit that it comes from.
Nope.
Right? So you may have a 6-7 minute bit. They take the one joke. Cool. Well, that's shitty that they do that, first of all.
It is.
And second of all, like,
I've had some big name people.
If they can steal your material, is it your material?
So the funny thing is like, I've had specific stories. Again, when I go on stage, I don't tell any story. I tell, like, my life. Make fun of my life. It's cool. And there's been a couple times where I've had comedians that I've performed with, like, oh my God, that was a good bit, that was a good show, whatever. And then they go and do the same thing, but they try to switch it up. And I'm on the damn show, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, you're going to do my joke and everything? So I've done it. I've come out and said, hey, I know you kind of heard something similar. Let me tell you how it really goes. And then I put them on blast, and they go, oh, shit, it's your joke. I'm like, yeah, dick. It was mine.
That was mine.
And so, but remember Carlos Mencia, what did he say? Well, if I tell it on the stage first, it's mine, or something like that. If I put it out there, it's mine. I was like, wow, that's crazy. Like, I don't know, but I do miss it. Not gonna lie.
At the same time, Carlos Mencia also fucking performed some of those jokes 10 times better than those people could have.
That's true. That's true. Like, one dude took one of my jokes. I was at a pizza joint. We were performing at a pizza joint. Just small room, small thing. And this guy, he's a known comic. He has a Netflix special, stuff like that. We were performing on the same stage. Well, next thing you know, I see him performing, and the dude he said my fucking joke. And I was like, whoa, what? And my wife was like, what the fuck? And I go, yeah, what the fuck? We're on the same stage at the pizza joint. I mean, I didn't care, you know. I was like,
shit,
okay,
that happened
like,
to me. There was a
shit.
comic that did my joke on Last Comic Standing.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, he was like, hey, bro, red, green, yellow, orange. And I was like, dude, I wrote that joke in your kitchen, bro. And my mom looked at me and she goes, hi, Miko, you're doing good. Your jokes are already on TV. And I was like, what?
Oh, no.
That's a
donkey dick.
Donkey dicks.
Yeah, dude, that's horrible. I mean, it is what it is. People will do shit like that left and right, but I don't know, man. I think it's kind of shady, but at the same time, kind of honored. I was like, I wrote that, but who gives a fuck, you know?
That's at that point, it's easier for you to write a joke than spend the energy trying to save something like that.
Yeah.
You got to step up for yourself, obviously, and you got to let that person know.
Yeah, for sure.
But at the same time, you know, become an artist and write something better.
Oh yeah. Oh, no doubt.
It's very hard.
But
that's why we fight so hard for our jokes, though, because we spend so much time and energy, you know, weeks, months, whatever it takes to get the wording and the flow of the joke right, and somebody takes it from you.
Yeah.
And especially if it takes it from me that has a bigger voice than you do.
Yep.
You know, that's where we feel cheated. That's where it sucks. And comedy is a very unique art form, right? You could take a song and everything else, but part of what makes a joke is the surprise.
Yeah, the punchline.
And you take the surprise away, and like the people don't. You can hear specials over and over again, but not like you can listen to Bon Jovi.
Hell yeah, no, I agree with you, man. I was a little butthurt at first, and then after that, I was like, fuck it.
I was a new comic, so my thing is like, what am I gonna do? Try to call him out? Yeah, I look like a bitch. Like, yeah, really, like this comic. Yeah. Took your material. He's already a great comic, which he is. He's a great comic. He has great jokes. Yep. But then he also took a lot of jokes from people.
Yeah, I was saying the same thing. I'm like, dude, what am I supposed to do? He's a well-known comedian. I'm what? A brand new dude. And he probably thought, well, fuck it. I'll just take his shit and tell, you know.
Nobody will know the difference.
Nobody will know anything. And nobody did. I was laughing. I was like, okay. And I thought about it, and I was like, okay, well, you could have changed something. You could have changed something on it.
Something on it.
But no, he left it almost verbatim. And I thought, wow, like, okay. That's where we are. I was like, I'm now a writer. I'm no longer a comedian. Fuck. Like, how'd that happen? So how long have you been doing comedy? Like, how many years?
Man, I think 2002 was the first time I ever performed. Okay. With that Tempe school. Mm-hmm. But it's really like I've been in LA since 2017. Or since 2007. So I would say 13 years. I was like 2017. I would say about 13 years.
Doing comedy for 13 years.
Yeah, because really the time that I was here in Phoenix, I was just taking that class. Mm-hmm. And then I went to the Latino Laugh Festival in 2007. I got selected to go do that festival in LA. Yeah. And from there, I just decided to move to LA. That was when the market was tanking. I just did real estate. Mm-hmm. My mom was like, well, you might as well just go now. So I took off to LA. Hell yeah. Then they told me I had to do 2 shows in one night. I was like, oh, hell no. Because I was only used to performing once every month and a half, 2 months. Yeah. So that was a real grind. I didn't know anybody.
Had to test your comedic legs.
Well, it was at the point where Phoenix didn't have a lot of comedy. Yeah. There was only the Tempe Improv. And why not go sink and swim against the best, right?
No, for sure. That's how you test who you really are. See what you're made of.
And they haven't sent me home, so I'm still all right. I'm still fat, so I'm still getting paid. Still getting booked. So true. Everything's good.
That's good, man.
But yeah, it's been a long time. So you get frustrated through all those years because you don't have what you want.
Mm-hmm.
But there's also certain things that you haven't done to get where you need to be. Right? You gotta be honest with yourself, because it ain't always Hollywood that's not doing something, right?
Yeah.
Because
Boy,
if you're doing work, you're gonna get some kind of something.
yeah. And you gotta wake yourself up every morning. You gotta get your ass out of bed. You gotta write your jokes. You gotta do all that stuff.
Book
No
your
one's gonna,
you
yeah.
gotta book your things. You gotta book your travel. You gotta do this, do that.
No one's gonna
So
do that shit for you when you're up and coming. It's
yeah,
like, you know.
you're the CEO of you,
Exactly.
and that's your product, and that's what you gotta sell.
I tell people that all the time. They're like, well, you get to do what you like, and you get to do all this stuff. I said, man, it's taken me 25 fucking years to get to where I
Yeah.
am, grinding and.
See, like young kids want that success immediate, but like
Mm-hmm.
I've seen some comics that came up too fast,
Oh yeah.
and they didn't have the tools that it takes to have a long career, and some of them aren't even doing comedy.
Yeah, that longevity.
Not that they weren't funny or anything else, right? There's just
Yeah.
you just don't know. If you didn't go through the process, you don't know how to handle it when it gets there.
Yeah. When you start making money and you start doing this and.
Yeah, or you say you've gotten you won some contest, some America's Got Talent, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And you're gonna get to travel the country, right? But
Mhm.
then that next time you travel, they ain't want that same material. So that same hour that you spent your life building, once you get your break, you gotta learn how to make that next hour,
That's right. You gotta build
right?
that
And
shit.
if you just made that, and if you got to there by luck and being young and not knowing how to write, then you're gonna be screwed, and then your career suffers.
Yep.
And then there's some kids that are young and knock it out of the park and just fucking kill it, and they're just talented enough to just learn on the fly.
Mhm. I hate those kids. No, I'm kidding.
Right?
No,
But
that's
hard
true.
work always outbeats talent.
True. Hard
Because
work.
I'm super talented, and I've seen a lot of guys that are hardworking that may not have the natural funny or whatever, but they just worked hard at it,
Yeah.
and they got rewarded for that.
Mhm. Hard work pays off, man. I say that all the time. I tell my kids that. I preach that, and it's cool because there's a lot of people that don't believe that shit. They're like, oh, I just want the instant gratification. I want to be the next Gabriel Iglesias or the next Kevin Hart.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and like you said, you got to earn that shit. But at the same time, you got to work for that shit. It's nothing that is just handed to Kevin Hart or Joe Coy or fucking Dave Chappelle or any of these really big stars.
Yeah, they've already went through that.
They went through all the bringer shows and
That's
all
why,
that.
like, I really follow Kevin Hart's career, because when I got here in 2007, he had a little bit of success. He had been on Soul Plane, but
Yeah,
he was still headlining in Bakersfield
yeah,
and Fresno and
yeah,
doing some of the same shit.
yeah. I like his. I like his.
But he has hard work ethic,
God, he does.
and he's got goals, and then you have money.
Mhm.
Then you have money to do things. Then you have money to buy certain things that you need to advance your career.
Yep. And then you
And
have
then you
that
just
brand.
exponential it, yeah.
Yeah.
And then you create your brand, you create that, and you create things.
Right. It's true. You have people all the time quoting his stuff and saying the things that he says all the time, and that's shit. There's nothing better than having somebody, building your brand or quoting your brand or wearing your T-shirts or
Mm-hmm.
it's a great feeling. I mean, my podcast. This is just nothing. This is like a little bit, but I've started the brand work. I've started all the hard work and everything else with the help of really good friends and supply company that I use, Needle Supply, Graph Pros, and Hextat. That's why I got them right there. I believe in, no, I really do
Yeah.
believe in the product. So it's like, okay, cool. I'll put my name on there too. And they've been phenomenal. And everything I need, like my cards, my shirts, whatever, it's cool. So when I see somebody wearing my shirt or wants to wear my shirt and says, hey, I really like that logo, I'm like, cool. And I always give credit where credit's due. Like, a buddy of mine, John, he made that logo for me, and I was tattooing in California. Actually, I was tattooing Don Hefty in California at the time. And he made this fucking dope, this logo, you know? And it was just the one that was like, it was cool. And he also made the intro to this, to the podcast, and to the YouTube channel. Yeah. So, you know, but you have to do that, man. You have to build that brand. You have to, you know.
And really, nobody really succeeds alone.
No, that's true.
You need help. You need to coordinate with other people. You need to find like-minded individuals that like to do what you do. Yeah. You know, because you get a crew together. Like, one person may be a good writer. My person may be a good at the camera. One guy may be the editing guru.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Like, I got a buddy of mine, Austin.
You want me to hold that right here?
What?
You want me to hold that
no,
right here?
No, that's cool.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm good. I was going to say, my buddy Austin, who's my partner in this whole endeavor, he edits everything and creates what I, you know, what I film, what I do, and then he sits there and
cuts it up and chops it up.
Yeah, chops it up and makes it what it is.
It's like Tupac. Tupac come in the studio and it's like, I'm gonna spit my verses. Y'all can sit up in here, smoke your weed, make all the songs and the beats and shit, but I'm gonna spit my verses.
Yep.
It's like, I don't want to do all that. You know, a lot about life is finding out what you like to do.
Yeah.
And then having
passion.
Other people do other stuff that you don't.
Yeah.
Right?
But you have
would you rather spend 12 hours a day tattooing, or would you rather spend 8 hours tattooing and then having to go home and clean your yard? Well, then you get a landscaper, right?
Yeah, for sure.
You know, same thing with whatever other stuff you don't like to do, so that you can spend more time on what you want.
Yeah. I mean, I love what I do. I do. And we talked about that too.
Yeah.
But I mean,
so like, to you, it would be shitty to pull yourself away from something you want to do to go do something you don't.
Correct.
I hate video editing with a passion. It's so simple now, but I just don't like to sit there. I don't have the patience for that.
Yeah. And I don't have the time to do it. And so, you know, it worked out really well. Austin is a smart kid. He knows exactly. I say
and
kid
there's people,
because he's the age of my kids, you know? And so he's a smart kid, knows exactly what to do. He was one of my clients.
And then they like that.
Yeah.
It's something that they enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like,
you're a part of something. You're, you know, we've been doing this for about 9 months now, almost 10 months now. And we're already at episode, I think yours is episode 23.
Nice.
It'll be episode 23, or maybe even 24. I gotta see that. But, I mean, I've seen a lot of videos that die out within the first, like...
Yeah, it's consistency, man.
Exactly.
It's hard.
Uh-huh. It is.
It's hard. That's why you got to get a crew.
Well, like how we were talking about your cousin, you know. He's now a decorated UFC fighter. Best in the world. You know, one of the best in the world, in my opinion, of course. You know, I mean, and he works out with some of the best in the world, you know. He's got the best coaches.
Best coaches.
Best
the best
team,
food.
best camp, eats the best food. Yeah, but my point is he was grinding before that, you know.
Oh, yeah, like, sleeping in the group home. Not a group home, but like a group of people.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
While he was learning how to fight MMA.
Yeah. And you do what you have to do to become successful.
Yeah.
You know, I watched his career, and I watched, you know, when he'd fight, and I'm like, man, this guy's going to be a badass, dude. Before I even knew he was your cousin, I was like, man, this guy is just a badass, you know? And then he had a couple losses, and I was like, okay, I don't count him out because what's the deal?
That's the way he fights.
But see how you are after you take a loss, after you take 2 losses. And he came back and was like, okay, I need to work on a couple strategies. And it wasn't
like he lost to some shitty people either, right? He lost to a former champ and another former champ.
Exactly. And hey, my hat's off to him,
but
you know?
that just made him tougher.
Yep.
So that when because he wouldn't have been ready.
No.
Now he's ready.
Now look where he's at. He's got a fight with Khabib coming up.
Well, dude, he was the first athlete to headline a live sporting event when this started all over.
Mm-hmm. That was such a great fight.
Yeah.
Man, when he fought Tony Ferguson, I was like nervous for him, you know, like at the same time.
I mean, we were too. I mean, I had the luxury of seeing him train, but Tony Ferguson was such a dangerous man.
Yeah.
Like, look at all their faces that before him.
Oh, God, yeah. He destroyed
And Justin came out just looking cute.
And yeah, Justin came out, did his thing, fought his fight, and just came out with the W, man. And he did fantastic. It was unbelievable. So, hey, man, I really respect you if you're watching this.
We'll link it up. We'll watch it. We'll
have to watch it together. And I'll tell you, big fan. Love what you do. You got support for me and my family, so that's cool. And if I'm ever in Colorado, I'll just come by and who knows? Maybe you want to get tattooed. Maybe you want to be Beyond the Ink. Fuck it. That would be cool.
You're like
Maybe you can make me famous. No, I'm kidding.
I'm like, you know what, Justin? I'm gonna give you an opportunity to get on this tattoo show.
I'm gonna give you an opportunity to be on this cool show called Beyond the Ink.
And then he's like, "Can I get a butterfly on my tattoo?"
He's like, "Can I get a little whispering?"
Joe Rogan called him the most violent man on the planet, dude, and he's like, "Yeah, just."
I really want a dandelion with the little seeds flying out.
Yeah.
You know,
so it can symbolize.
With an infinity symbol. Yeah. Just for me, upside down.
To symbolize.
What was the worst thing that ever happened to you on stage? Like, what was the worst fuck up or like? Oh,
I was doing a Spanish show, and I came out to do a Spanish, like a Spanish talent show, and I forgot all my Spanish. I froze on stage.
Oh my God!
I've never frozen on stage ever.
Walt Disney.
And I froze, and I just had to leave.
Oh wow!
And I got in my car and I left. I didn't talk to anybody from the show or nothing. I just left.
You just like.
It was horrible.
He said, "Well, I'm out."
Horrible.
See you guys. That's crazy.
Other than that, you suck it up and you take the loss, or you fight through it. You can tell when a comic's gonna give up, right? Because then they start talking crap to the audience, or they start, "Oh, you guys are shit," or blames everything else but them not being funny.
Yeah, I had a comic tell me one time. He got off the stage and I was about to go on. And he was like, "Man, they want to laugh. They do, man. I almost had them." And so I was like, "All right, I'm going to get out there. I'm going to make them laugh." And I did.
I'm going to give it my all.
I'm like, "Give it my all, sir." He's like, "Man, tough crowd." And I think it was that night I got like 4 or 5 applause breaks, like legit. And I was like, "You're right, man. They were a great crowd." And he was like, "Well, I warmed them up for you or whatever." I was like, "I'm pretty sure you cooled them off."
Maybe you showed them what they shouldn't be laughing at. Let's give them something to talk about.
Alright, I'm not a singer. Only in the shower or on long road trips. And then I'm a fucking singer like nobody's business. But
especially road trips.
Especially road trips. Like, I will sing the fuck out of anything. Especially Aha's Take On Me. That's like one of my favorites too. And I still try to hit that high note. Man, do I try to hit that high note. I'm like, yeah, yeah, see? I was like, nope, can't do it.
No.
I recently heard them, speaking of, and it was like a live show. And the dudes are old as fuck now, and he tried to hit that high note, and I was like, "Oh, you're gonna do it, man! You're gonna do it!" And nope, he could not hit that fucking high note, and I was like,
"Take care of
I guess he finally took on you." Like, sorry there, pal. So, what was it? Oh shit, house.
Oh no, what?
I totally fucking forgot. Oh, hey, so your cousin trains with some pretty cool people, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like, we were talking about that. But he trains with Rose Namajunas, and she's fighting this weekend, actually.
Yes.
She's fighting Jessica Andrade. And Rose, I love you. You're not going to see this. You probably won't see this. And Pat Barry, I love you too, man. You're fucking dope ass fighter, and I've watched you fight for a long, long time.
You never know. They may this may pop up.
This might pop up, and they're gonna be like,
You know what I'm saying?
I saw Matt Valdez. No, I love me some Thug Rose, man. She's so humble and quiet, and then gets out there and just fucks shit up, dude. I'm like, oh my god, when she fought Joanna Jędrzejczyk
both times, dude, I loved it. Because the first time she beat her,
yes,
like, you know, Joanna was an unbeatable force.
Oh yeah, she was talking,
and she made her tap out for strikes.
Yes, and I was like, Rose! I swear, I sounded like Jack Dawson on the Titanic running after Rose after she jumped off the fucking boat back into the Titanic. I was like, Rose! Yeah! And Veronica's like, what the fuck are you yelling at? And I was like, Thug Rose just beat the shit out of Joanna. Fuck yeah! You know, and I was so excited. And probably a little more excited than I should be. But no, I'm just kidding. Huge fan.
Yeah, that was a dope fight.
Great fight, and she was so cool about it, you know. And I'm so excited to see this fight this weekend, fighting Jessica Andrade again, you know. And I'm hoping like it just goes good for Rose, and I'll be.
Well, Rose was handing it to her.
Yeah, and then boom,
she slammed her on her neck.
Slammed her right on that.
Dude, that was crazy. That looked like career ending.
That did look career ending. I was so worried. I'm like. Yeah, I was so fucking worried about that, you know. It was like, you know, you get handed a loss like we talked about, and then you come back and you do something, you know, something good, something bad, whatever you do. But like, she's so humble. But I know, man,
I'm just glad she gets that back.
Me too. I'm so glad she gets to come back. I would love to meet her in person. And
Thug
Rose. Like, yeah, she's pretty badass. So you met her.
Yeah, she trains at the same. She trains with Trevor Whitman.
So Trevor Whitman's a bad dude.
Yeah.
He's just amazing.
So they share the same gym.
Nice.
She's dope. And you can see it too in her fighting. Her striking just got crazy.
Yes. Crazy good.
And that's got to be weird for them, man. And she had a couple family members die of COVID.
Oh really?
Yes.
Oh shit.
That's why she pulled out of the other one, other
damn.
event.
I didn't know that.
So now she's gonna go to Dubai.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be nuts. Like
they've already left.
They did?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So they had to get tested in Las Vegas.
And
then they got tested one more time before they left. And then when they arrive, they're gonna get tested again. And they're gonna get tested right before the fight.
So Justin's out there right now too? Did he?
No.
Oh, okay. I thought he was gonna go out there and just, you know, be in the crowd. And...
he's got work to do. He's in camp.
Oh yeah.
September comes quick, dude.
Sure does.
We're already at July 7th.
So crazy, man.
But that'll be dope if they like fly. I don't even know how to get there. If they fly on like on a private plane. On a chartered plane.
Right? Dubai.
I mean, if this would be for the championship, dude.
Yeah,
so
this is for all the marbles, man.
Might as well, dude. And I hope my aunt and my uncle get to go. His twin brother is always in his corner. He's part of his cornerman group, so his brother's going for sure.
Yeah. What's his brother's name?
His name's Marcus. Marcus still works at the mine. He's a welder for heavy equipment. For like the company that works with the mine.
Oh shit. Oh, that's cool. In Safford?
In Safford, Arizona.
Yeah, I've got a couple clients in Safford, and they're really cool people. They're really down to earth. You know, humble.
Good little town.
It's a good little town. I'm proud to know a few of them. You know, and just be like, hey, you guys are really fucking cool. So that's cool. Do they have like a big following out there for Justin?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, you're of course the whole town's gonna be behind one of their own being that successful.
True. That's pretty fucking cool.
And he sat out in front of his mom's yard, and people would just come over and pull over and take pictures and.
Yeah.
He obliged them all.
See, that's cool, man. That's actually really cool. I'll have to...
Yeah, I've never seen him turn down a autograph or a picture request.
Oh, see, that's really cool. So,
because like some people. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, I'm just gonna put it out there. You want to be on my show? Make you famous. No, I'm kidding. Just.
We've been in the middle of downtown LA when he's been doing there for an event or something, and we're hanging out, dude, and people will come up and
go,
hey man,
you're Roberto the comedian.
You're Roberto the comedian. Oh yeah, this is my cousin Justin. And he's like, do you do something? Do you fight or something? No, I'm just kidding.
Weren't you on WEC? No, I'm kidding. Just kidding.
So that's dope, dude.
No, that's fucking cool. Like, to get to that status where you're just...
Yeah, because you're talking about, like, something that very few people in this world get opportunity to do.
Yeah.
Obviously, he's making a lot of his opportunities, but...
Of course.
Same thing with comedy. It's like, if somebody told you right now, give me your information, I can put you on a show. And, do you have all the setup? Do you have all the videos you need? Are you ready for your shot when you get a shot?
Yeah.
You always got to be ready.
Of course.
That's what he taught me during this thing. Like, he was training for a fight he didn't even have. And then was able to take that fight.
Dude, because you manifest that shit,
yep.
Man. You tell it yourself and you believe it, you write it down, you live that life. And it's going to happen. Like, I knew that, like, bound to be it, dude. He's bound to be a champion, guaranteed. Like, I think. I mean...
Yeah, Khabib's no joke, dude.
No, I understand.
And he's coming from...
Toughest fight. Yeah. Do you think it's the toughest fight of his career?
Oh, for sure. Justin's very hard to take down.
Yes. Yeah, he's got an amazing takedown defense. That's fucking cool.
So, what?
No, I was going to say, when you guys were sparring, like, there's video of that, right?
Yes.
There's legit video of him sparring.
Getting my ass kicked.
And I want to get some of that video, and I might upload it, or at least put a link to it so you can go check out his stuff. Watch the said video as it does.
Yeah, you can probably just go on my Facebook and then download the video.
What's your... Oh, icon? Or...
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I have it on Facebook.
Oh, okay, for sure. It's awesome. It's a...
And, like, he's so cool to, like...
To do it.
Let the old man come in and get around, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I'm preparing the whole day for that little 6 minutes, and that's just part of his... That's after he's worked out and fought 7 rounds.
Yeah, that's
he's
after...
He's still willing to be like, okay, come on, let's play.
We'll put on the mitts, we'll put on the shin guards and everything. He popped you in the belly, you're like, and then he pops you in the nose, you're like, the liver shot. That was great. Made your liver,
like, damn, bro.
Made your liver quiver.
It made my liver quiver.
That was pretty badass. That was funny.
Shit, I still had to take him to the streets, man. I'm from, like I said, Tucson, Arizona, boy. Got to show him how we roll. I can't fight. The only thing I did learn is that if I ever get in a fight, I have 30 seconds max to knock that fool out and do damage because I will not be able to breathe afterwards.
You're hold on, time out.
Oh, man. Yeah, in a real street fight, I'm dead.
You're like, fuck, carry a gun.
There was one of them that Trevor didn't let me quit.
Yeah.
Maybe do the whole 5 minutes. I'm like, come on, man.
He's like, no, you're doing it.
Oh. And then Justin just ground and pounded me and just slightly tapped me.
Slightly tapped you and you were like,
Mary and Joseph. Point being is, don't ever go to somebody else's profession and think that you can hang from somebody that studied for years.
4 years, that's it?
4 years. Muchos años. You know what? Bless his heart. He's been working for 12 hours already.
Right? You can't tell because I'm not wearing pants.
Yep. It's kind of awkward.
For him.
Well, it's awkward because I'm like, who doesn't shave? We're in 2020.
Right?
You know what I mean?
Hey, I got quarantine nuts.
This fool's over here still all natural and shit.
I'm like a Taliban fighter down there.
Bro, you look like...
my IED goes off and I'll help with it.
Bro, your penis looks like a ball spot.
It does.
All you see is hair and a ball spot.
It's just a bald spot. It looks like, the top of something. It's good shit. But, I digress. Again.
Yeah, man, how come it hurts like that?
Because there's a needle in you. It's over that very thin skin, that veggitis.
From my...
from your guns,
when
man.
When I flex the guns?
When you're working out. All that shit. I work out. So cool, man. This will probably... We've got another piece that we're going to be working on as well. Not tonight, probably.
Yeah, probably not tonight.
But
I doubt.
We've got a second piece on his back that we need to cover up, and who knows, man? It's definitely gonna be could be a part 2.
Dude, that part 2 might be a little bit better because I'll already feel the vibe, bro.
That's right, dude. Now you know what's up. Now you've been on Beyond the Ink.
And now I have some time, the opportunity to maybe even think of some topics so we could talk about.
That's true, because we go all over the place. But that's the whole point. I want it rough, rugged, and raw.
Yeah.
I want it to be...
If you're going to give it to me, give it to me. To exactly how our brain is.
Exactly. You just witnessed what an artist / comedian brain does.
We went from here to
we
here
go
to here to here to
man.
here.
It's like...
And when you're on stage, you're actually doing all that while you're talking.
Yep.
So you're saying your jokes and you're back here going through your joke Rolodex of what you're going to say next.
Yep. You're trying to make people laugh. And people always say, what's the worst that could happen? I'm like, they won't laugh at you.
Oh, man.
That's the worst thing that will happen is they won't laugh at you.
My dad used to, and what if they laugh at you? I was like, that's the point. That's the point, Pops.
I hear that. The mom from Carrie, they're all gonna laugh at you.
Yeah.
And I go, good. And I think the knives are coming at me. All fucking scary and shit. But I enjoyed it. You said we didn't talk much, but we did talk a lot. We talked a bunch. We had a few technical difficulties.
I think I've just been in my head right now.
I think so, man. And I think it was fun.
Try not to cry. Again,
I think it was fun.
Try not to cry.
I think we had a good time.
As soon as we cut these cameras off,
as soon as this
I am going to cry like a bitch. And I'm going to be able to yell as much as I want to.
Right? You'd be like... and it's cool because everybody left. So there's no one left in the building that can hear or bear witness to the wailing.
Hey, dog, he's looking at the camera and he's tattooing me at the same time. That's trust. That's trust.
I'm just kidding. I'm like, I could do this in my sleep. Just kidding. No, but yeah, man, I appreciate you being on the show. I really, really do.
Thanks,
man. I appreciate you coming out and making me the second choice of what you wanted to get done as artist.
Matt, I was stuck in a small town. I'm just a small town girl.
Right? That was a funny story, though. He was like... So there was one guy in Stafford.
Oh man.
Who just... That's
what I get.
He fucked off.
That's what I get.
Like he was being a dick, and that sucks.
He wanted to charge. He charged me $100 to just allegedly do some sketches.
Cause he didn't even fucking give you the sketches. He just
told. Yeah, make sure you deal with reputable tattoo artists, man.
Yeah.
You're gonna get one, you're gonna get shitty work. Two, you could get.
You get hustled.
Bamboozled.
You get hustled for $100 because the guy said, "Oh, I can't size it correctly to your arm." After he went and paid the deposit, and then the guy said, "He said, all right, well, can I get my deposit back?" He said,
"Sure,
well, I
but
already did the drawing, so."
Spent a lot of time working on the drawing.
He said, "All right, well, can I get my drawings?" He's like, "Well, I threw them away."
I threw them away.
How convenient.
No, man.
You.
So you pay so you can learn the lesson, right? Because at that point, what are you gonna do? You're gonna make a big stink. You're gonna go get in a fight. Man, you chalk that up for some expensive
life lesson.
Life lesson.
Yeah.
So now Matt's gonna charge me double the price so that I can really feel the burn.
Well, I'll stick it to you, man. I am totally not gonna do that. I am not that guy. Anybody that knows me knows that I'm like always down to a tattoo, and I keep it fair. I set a timer, you know, so I know exactly what I'm doing, how much I'm doing. But yeah,
20.
dude, honestly, huh?
We hit 20.
Oh yeah, no, we're good.
All right.
So if you guys are still with us, I want to say thanks for being here. Don't forget to hit that like button.
Hey, thank you. Make sure you hit subscribe.
Subscribe.
Hit me up, man.
Yeah.
Maybe
Roberto
put my
the
name
Comic.
somewhere. Roberto the Comic on Roberto ROBERTO the Comic on Instagram, Twitter. Basically, only my mom follows me on there, but you guys can do that too.
Yeah. Give us a follow. Give us a shout out. Share, like. You know the drill.
There you go.
I thank you so much again. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, brother. Thank you for making this art possible.
Oh man, we're getting to it. I'll post something to it. And again, share. Thank you to Hextat. Always give me the best products. Needle supply. Gotta love it. Always.
Who are your other sponsors?
No, that's it.
That's it.
Just
okay, cool.
man. I mean, I love me some Hustle Butter, so go out and get that because it's just a given. Hustle Butter is amazing. My boy Richie does fantastic. Follow him on Periscope, Richie Bulldog. He does this like really cool music DJing stuff, and it's fucking cool. So anyway, are we still going? We're not going. Let's look over here and say thanks again.
Thank you.
We'll see you guys on the next episode of Beyond the Ink with me, Matt Valdez. Give him a follow. You won't be unsatisfied, I would say. He's very satisfying. So yeah, see you guys later.